They've taken to the streets to demand property rights, and Nulia Jere is getting them fired up.
My life has changed. I'd like to see what happened to me happen to other women.
They're posing an open challenge to an age-old tradition that forbids women to own property. Nulia Jere has plenty of experience with the old tribal laws. She and her husband used to have a house and land they farmed together. But when he died, both assets went to her brother-in-law. She refused to marry him. She wasn't even allowed to keep her children. At the time, she didn't try to challenge the tribal laws, which had been created by men.
I thought our culture would not allow it. I was afraid that other people would get upset and reject me, so I kept quiet.
Nearly two-thirds of Malawi's 13 million inhabitants live in rural areas. The main crops here are maize and tobacco, and the land is mostly controlled by tribal leaders. It's a patriarchal society. The man is the head of the family, and under traditional law, he owns all property and assets, and even his wife and children. There's a clear division of gender roles.
For instance, if the brother dies, can the woman be inherited? Whether she likes it or not, people will inherit her.
Under national law, that shouldn't be allowed to happen. The Malawian constitution defines men and women as equal, and both are entitled to own property. But widows like Nulia Jere still have little chance of running their own lives. After her husband's death, she lived with her younger brother and worked as a servant for his family, but she didn't receive any wages. The organization Action Aid International Malawi is teaching women to read and informing them about their property rights. It's a bid to help them become successful farmers on their own. Those efforts are starting to bear fruit, and traditions are beginning to lose their hold on local communities, even among tribal leaders.
A woman is also a person like a man. If I die, my wife should have power on that land. My brother cannot disturb her on that land. That is her own land.
Nulia Jere spoke to her brother and convinced him to give her a piece of land. Today, she farms the plot herself. She lives off the money she earns from the crops. And once she's saved up enough, Nulia Jere hopes to build a house. Only then can she live a truly independent life.